Hey, yo, yo. Yo, check it. This my special attack, 100 swords, 100 episodes, and here's to 100 more. Who got next? Place your change on the cabinet. Air Combo University graduates juggle my enemies before tagging in the Master's Hero. Pros in action, toe tagging champions getting active. The message will always get near you. Return to the dream team, Spider-Man and Strider hear you. When the mask is on, I can't promise Cyclops to keep his glasses on. The handshake was potent. The inner glow shown as a mega optic blast trailer behind the Shinku Hadouken. How you gon' dodge both of them? Blast you down to the last atom. Best regards from the proton cannon you couldn't fathom. If you were raised on gaming and put a controller up, I'm old enough to study the meta before I bless you. We understood space in the dash clean. Now we need the Justin Wong poster right next to the pro athletes. Final justice like a primary lotus from out the sky. Stars and stripes reminding you racism is still alive. Bring a plasma sword to a gunfight. Hayato, bring a hurricane kick. Tatsumaki Senpaku. One time for all my tacos who played the console to their eyes closing. Probably forgot to study for their finals. Welcome to the SwordCast. SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Oh, welcome to the SwordCast. SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Oh, welcome to the SwordCast. SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Oh, let me take you for a ride.
What a funny way to start the podcast. Look at the position that he's in right now. The reason why we've done that is because we got about 10 minutes into the podcast and I didn't press record because we haven't done this shit in a long time. And we are rusty. My bad. Y'all missed a really good story.
Hey, we're back.
Y'all missed a really funny story. I'll save that one because I don't want to. It needs to be fresh, and I'll tell it again another time.
Oh my goodness!
I'll just start with the other one. But before we do that,
welcome back. It's been a minute.
Yeah, clearly.
Can't believe that just happened.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We said a bunch of funny shit. We said that we haven't done a podcast in like 3 months. We're both a year older.
We both have had a birthday.
Yep.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. We did all that.
Yeah, it's been a minute, but life.
Yep.
Life be life in a little too hard sometimes, man, and that's what happened, and we're back. We're gonna try to be a little more consistent. So shout out to y'all for sticking with us, and the SwordCast has returned.
So the first question was obviously, what have we been into?
What have you been into over the last year?
Yeah, it's been a long time. So I told a bunch of funny basketball stories, and just to keep his reactions live, I'm gonna tell new stories now because there's so many, like I can tell more.
Good, because the last one was pretty funny.
So the abbreviated version is I've been playing basketball a lot. I feel much better. I gave myself a goal of dunking the ball again before I turn 40, so I got some years left. I'm definitely gonna do that. This is my second go around playing basketball like consistently again. I was playing a lot before, but I ended up being too fat, it turns out, and I was not in good shape. And I told the story before about how a nigga regarded me as I guess. A nigga regarded me when I picked up. He needed 2 players.
I got them too, I guess.
And he said I got them too, I guess. It devastated me, nigga.
Unbelievable disrespect.
Devastating, nigga. Catastrophic, goddammit.
I got them too, I guess.
I won't be talked to this way.
I shan't not be talked to.
I shan't be referred to in that manner ever. How dare you, sir? I am a licensed bucket. I'm a licensed professional bucket, bro. I've been doing this shit for years. I will not be talked to in this way,
bro.
So I had to get back in shape. And I'm in much better shape now. I feel much better playing basketball. So I have 2 stories. One of them I already told about all the fuck shit that goes on. The short version of one is how I did a up and under into a step through, and they call it travel, which is never ever 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 a travel. And I was so heated about it that I literally threatened to destroy the entire game. There were only 10 people on the court, so we needed all 10. And I told them straight up, either the point goes or I'm going home, which means y'all niggas got to go home. And they was not willing to risk the run for this. So
hilarious.
Point, except there's not a travel.
Tell them if they don't agree, I will obliterate the game.
I'm blowing this shit up for everybody. I'll stop this whole shit right now. I knock all this shit over.
I will stop the run.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that,
bro. Hilarious.
You know what I'm saying? Trey, am I wrong? Dojo, am I wrong? You know what I'm saying? Step through. Never ever been in travel.
Never.
Who else hoops in the Discord? Any hooper. Step through's never been in travel. Ever.
It's not.
Anyways, so a better story. We were talking before we turned on the cameras that one of the funniest things about being an older hooper these days is that you have to pick between whether you're going to play offense or play defense. I'm not doing both. If you want me to guard the best player, fine, I'll do that, but I'm not scoring. If you want me to score, you guard him. I'm going to guard this nigga who fat, and I ain't got to do a whole lot. I'm going to guard your uncle. I'm going to guard your dad. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to guard this. I'm going to guard your dad. I'm going to guard this milkman who showed up on his lunch break to hoop, right? Like, I'm not guarding the nigga that played D2 and is back on summer vacation. I'm not guarding him. Like, not going to be able to do it. Now, there are certain occasions, if the right buttons are pressed and the right scenario has been engaged, where I will indeed play defense and score. Now, one of the other runs that I go to is a nice non-toxic run of a bunch of kind of hipster white guys that just love to hoop, and there are a couple of them who can play. There's one guy who can really play. He got a little bit of he's got like sort of a push shot from like the chest, but he be hitting that bitch, and he's really athletic. He's hard to. He's kind of like at my age, like it's hard for me to either I have to face guard him, or like he'll shoot it from half court and he's just making that shit because it's a chest pass. And he's super fast.
Does he have a lot of tattoos?
No, but I do you think you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Nah, he does music.
Does he?
Yeah. I don't know if he want me to put his shit out there.
Okay.
But he does music in our community. He's dope too. He is pretty dope. I mean, he's flat out like really dope. Like he's like kind of doing some shit right now, and it's pretty impressive. But he's a good ball player too. I be getting on him because he don't ever use his left hand, and I need him to be a threat with his left, or else niggas are just gonna play to one side. Look at me getting on my coaching bag. But anyways, there's some guys that can hoop.
Hey, I have a question.
Yeah.
Did you push record?
I did. I know. I heard that. I know you heard the sound and you wanted to make sure.
Sound of
no. We're recording. We're good for 7 minutes. Which is the first time I pressed record, so there's nothing missing here.
All right, there we go.
That's the USB or something. It's the dog. Cloud, that was you making that noise. There's the dog. Anyways, where was I in the story? Something about playing ball. So we had this weird team assembly one Saturday morning where all the hipster white guys were on one team, and then all the black niggas was on the other team. And this was the first, bro. I swear to God,
Civil War basketball.
I'm not making this up. This was the Saturday after the election results.
No.
And none of these guys are Trump guys. They're all kind of like leftist, like hippie, like liberal white folks, which comes with its own challenges, but not that particular challenge. I ain't like the way that shit felt. And then they beat us twice. They beat us twice. And the first time they beat us, it was nothing. And then the second time they beat us, you know how sometimes nigga white motherfuckers, bro, sometimes when I don't even know if they notice it, but like if a white guy does something that he feels like is like, hey, that's pretty cool. I just kind of kind of did some, you know what I mean? They start feeling themselves a little bit, and they get to kind of like, that's pretty cool. Beat the black guys. Nobody said that, but I saw them looking at each other. And they were kind of like, it's pretty cool. Those guys can play, man. We beat them. You know what they say. Fundamentals or whatever. You could just see they were just having that conversation like with their eyes. I could just see it. And the way that they beat us was that they were doing the shit that white guys do at the Y. They were passing and like give and go. That's the same play where do white guys learn that shit? They pass and then they cut and then they do that like lobbing give and go shit. Right? Oh my god! And it works because niggas don't play defense at the fucking YMCA or at the LA Fitness. They be too busy trying to, hey, come on, give me that shit, right? Yep. And the white guys, they found their lane, right? I'm gonna hit a bunch of open shots. I'm gonna hustle like a motherfucker on defense. I'm gonna kill myself on defense. At the YMCA. I'm gonna take charges. At the Y, this shit don't count for nothing, but I'm gonna still kill myself on defense. And I'm gonna pass and I'm gonna cut and I'm gonna do that like give and go, like, you know, bullshit. And I'm like, and that shit started to fucking piss me off, bro. And I'm usually really nice to these guys because they're all cool guys. But not that day, bro. I was like, because I didn't like the smugness, bro. I was already irritated with how white America showed their ass the day before electing Trump or the week before electing Trump. I was just really irritated with white folks. And this just was like the icing on the cake where I was like, bro, enough. So I decided, and I started talking too. I was like, all right, bro, enough of that shit. Enough. I said that before we started the third game. I was like, enough. I'm done. And I started talking crazy shit to these niggas, bro. I started talking crazy, bro. I'm like, bro. And I said, at one point, this is the most disrespectful shit I ever said. So you remember how I was on the receiving end of that, them two, I guess? This is maybe the most savage thing I've ever said on the basketball court because of how certain I was of my superiority to these niggas. I said, so what happened was they tried that give and go shit. And I was on it because, like, it's not hard to guard against, but most people just don't try. It's an effort thing. So I gave the effort and I intercepted the pass and I stopped the game. I stopped. I like held the ball and I was like, y'all get away with that shit because I let you. I swear to God, I said that. Y'all get away with that give and go shit because I allow it. I let y'all get away with that shit. I'm on it, bro.
Oh my gosh.
When I say I was locking them niggas down, bro, I slapped in the fucking floor. I got into defensive stance. And I was coaching myself. I'm a crazy person when I really feeling it. I literally said on one possession, I was, you know, you kind of have to, nope, I'm on it. And I'm a really vocal talker on defense, right? Like, you know, screen left, screen right, I'm up, I got it, I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. There was one point where a nigga tried to drive on me and I was like, nope, beat him to the spot. I said that to myself. Coaching myself, bro.
Psycho.
I'm on that shit, bro.
Crazy
beat him to the spot. Nope. Give me that. Steal. Turnover. Steal. And I wasn't even shooting. I was just like, bro, give me that bitch on a low fucking block. Throw it to the target. Nigga, bow. Turning face. Rocker step. One dribble. Power layup, nigga. Move. Hey, power layup, easy. Because I fucking do this shit. I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of that nigga give and go bullshit. I was absolutely a psychopath. We destroyed them niggas 5 games in a row. Here's the downside.
Oh, they're never coming back.
No, it was fine. Because I was a crazy person, but like in between every play, I was in their ear. I'm just talking shit, boy. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? I was
right.
Sort of, you know, alleviating any tension. The problem was after we were done, I was cooked. Bruh, I barely could walk out of the gym. And I'm never doing this again. I just needed y'all to see this one time. I just needed y'all to see what I'm capable of when I decide that I'm willing to hurt myself to prove a point today. Like that's basically what the energy I came in there with. I'm willing to injure myself to make sure y'all understand what I'm on. I'm most days I'm not willing to do that. So y'all probably won't see this side of me ever again. And it's been all good ever since then. But I couldn't let them get away with that, bro. It was too much self-assured white men feeling like they were getting the better of the black guys. And on this particular Saturday, after what y'all niggas did electing our new president, I just couldn't stand for it, bro. Couldn't stand for it. Anyway, so I've been playing basketball a lot. I will get back to that other story next time because it was funny.
Oh my goodness, I love Heroes basketball stories. But yeah, man, it's been a lot going on for me. I actually, few days ago, I started just randomly started battling on Pokemon again, man. I was playing Scarlet and Violet. Started doing some of the went to the ranked battles and immediately made it to Master Rank. So I'm still good, but I'm a little behind on some of the current meta. You know what I mean?
They changed the meta up.
Just as far as the new popular Pokemon that everybody's using. And
so what's changed? What are some of the major things that have changed?
So there was a DLC that I didn't get it, and so there's some new,
like with more of the ancient Pokemon.
Some new different.
I forget what those are called. That was a fire little concept.
It was, but it's more of those, the tech ones and then the ancient ones, and there's more of those, and there's it's just the gimmicky. Some people just, it's once the higher you get in the tiers, there's no variety. You're battling the same. So once you get once you figure out everybody's doing the same stuff, you can win. Because that's what everybody does. They all do the same stuff.
That's annoying.
It's very annoying. And then I also I have a theory that Game Freak I have a theory that they make the strongest Pokemon look as dumb as they possibly can.
Facts, bro.
Just to see if people are going to use them, and then everybody just shamelessly uses them despite them looking completely ridiculous.
Well, what's the
bro? There's a new what's his name? Duralon, the dragon that looks like a building,
like a skyscraper. He's got another.
So there's another one. He looks like a bridge. It's so powerful. It looks completely ridiculous, and everybody uses it. Then there's the. Oh my goodness, I can't think of his name. The gold thing that looks like
he was on my team.
He got like dreadlocks.
He looks like basically
like a French fry.
He does look like Frylock,
bro. Golden potato. It's just, man, and then
he was hard as hell to get, but I get why people use him.
Yeah,
he's very gimmicky.
He's got good type too, but it's just the same ones over and over and over and over again.
Did you do the grind to get him?
I don't have him, no.
You gotta collect like 1 million.
Oh, I think I do actually. Yeah, I did do that. Get all those coins.
Yeah, that was annoying as hell.
Super annoying. And then so then after I was battling on Scarlet Violet a little bit, I was like, you know what, man, I really liked Sword and Shield, so I kind of put that back in. Now the server is not active, so you can't do ranked battles on there anymore, but you can still get online and battle people. And I kind of was deciding if I wanted to, if I wanted to put my Pokemon from that game in home and transfer them into the newer game, or if I wanted to just keep them on. And I decided to just keep them on there because I like that game, and I was just using them on there. And but it just really made me realize I think Sword and Shield is underrated, man. The battling on there was really good.
It was good.
Dynamaxing is, to me, I like it as a battle mechanic than the Terraforms. But
yeah, I didn't love the Terra typing.
I think it's a okay idea. It just looks dumb.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I don't like the way that it looks.
It felt lazy compared to
some of the other things that we've gotten, like Mega Evolution, and
Mega Evolution is still my favorite.
That's the GOAT to me. I think it will always be the best. But yeah, so I've been playing a lot of Pokemon. Man, you guys, as you know, some of you guys know, a couple summers ago, I was in a movie.
Yes.
Year of the Rat. It's a martial arts film by my homie Cyrus Alexander. Man, super creative, great filmmaker. He's a very talented dude, and
Yes.
it's the trailer came out, man, and
Trailer is out.
I saw it and was actually very surprised by it. But
Why were you surprised?
Just because I've never hadn't seen it.
I guess that's fair.
So it came out and I watched it and it looks cool, man. I'm very excited for it. They're doing on March 22nd. They're doing a premiere with a double feature with The Last Dragon.
Yes.
One of my favorite movies ever. So it's pretty cool, man. It's a cool, pretty cool thing going on with that. So I hope it turns out good, and yeah, I'm excited to see how this goes. This kind of new adventure for me. But yeah, I'm excited about it. But
right, man, when we see this movie, we gotta see. Hey, bro.
Oh, what I say? I sent Hero that what's that Homelander gift where he's like he's like surprised that people are cheering him on and he's laughing. And I was like me being what I said. I was like me being a wooden Indian chief and people liking it anyway.
Well, you didn't say anything. You look good on camera, and you obviously you're a martial artist, so the moves look good. It's not too late for you to get an ass on. And they can open his mouth and say,
all right. Now hear you say no, I can't. No. Oh goodness. But yeah, I'm excited for that, man. So it is a new year. So end of the year is always fun stuff for me, especially you guys know how much I love Wrestle Kingdom, New Japan. But what is something that you got into in 2024 that you really, really loved? I know a couple years ago for me, I think 2023 maybe was the year that I had got into Vagabond and Berserk, and it just was life-changing for me. So what's something that you got into in 2024 that's gonna be a part of your life going forward?
yeah. Part of my so when you say it that
anything.
way, yeah, no. When you say it that way, I think the health journey that I'm on is a big one. Like diet changes. I don't know if y'all can tell. This is not one of those situations where I'm like, I wonder if people like, nigga, I know I lost a lot of weight. I don't want to hear it. I don't need y'all validation. I know I did. So y'all can fuck off. But if you can or can't tell, like I've definitely come down quite a bit. I seen a picture. God damn it. I saw a picture from this summer where I had a work trip in Chicago. And you know how your phone will like give you like memories of pictures.
Yeah.
Nigga, it was one picture. I was like, God damn. I was mad as fuck. Holy shit. And I was wearing a shirt that was like, didn't help. Because, some clothes would just fit weird on you. And I was like standing in a way where I was like sticking my like whole body out. And I was smiling big as hell like, damn, nigga was fat as hell. What the how y'all was letting me walk around like that? God. So definitely changed my diet. And it's less about changing my diet, but like there has definitely been a diet change.
Consistent.
But it's also like just knowing not to overeat, bro. Like that's like I think a problem that I have and maybe a lot of people do is your brain doesn't send a signal. Sorry, your stomach doesn't send a signal to your brain that you're full until way after you're actually already full. Like that message doesn't get to your brain until way later. So like I've decided to just like once you finish your portion, nigga, just sit down. And stop eating. Put the fork down, fat ass nigga. Put the fork down. And just enjoy the rest of your evening. And because what happens is that I will still have like the craving to, hey, like should eat more food because I have craving, right? but your body is already, your stomach has been full, but your brain hasn't recognized that yet. So you overeat, and then you like are stuffed, which is like you're never supposed to feel that way. That's why like when you're super sleepy, your body is like killing itself trying to break down all this food you just ate. It's draining all your energy. So when I've done that, and I've just take a step back, take 5 minutes, and you will feel full later. I promise you, if you just stop eating with your fat ass. This is very fat phobic. I apologize. This is not it's a joke. I'm being like self-deprecating, obviously, but I should be more careful for folks that have body dysmorphia. My apologies. But like, if you just stop, you will feel full. And like clockwork, once I'm done, I feel full and I'm good. And also like just being more active, working out, playing ball 2-3 days a week sometimes. So I've definitely come down a bit. Like I feel much, much better about where I'm at. So the diet changes, and also like in terms of like cool things, less like health stuff. I've been revisiting old anime. I know you were on this kick a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But I've been revisiting some old 90s anime. Earlier this year was Gundam Wing, which was great. I loved Gundam Wing's intro was so fucking cold, bro. Love it.
They're like a terrorist organization, kind of.
Bruh, flat out. Like, and Hero is a psychopath, bro. He is a total crazy person.
Right off top, too. First episode.
Bro, what's the name of the girl who had a crush on him?
I don't remember, but I just know he
threatened to kill her.
Like the
first time he met her. Like, he like, bro, I'll fucking kill you right now. Like, don't ever fucking talk to me. I'll kill you. I'm crazy. I'll kill you, bro. He was a psychopath, dog.
Oh, Gundam Wing is fire.
It is fire. I really loved it. And then, bro, unexpectedly, man, Rama 1/2, dog, that shit was
you told
sweet.
Me. And they remade it, yeah.
Yes, they have remade it. I haven't finished it yet.
That's interesting.
I do like it quite a bit. But when I remember Rama, I remember it being a comedy. I don't remember the hands being like they were. And it's a comedy first, and it is funny as hell. But bro, Rama got hands, dog.
Yeah,
like,
some good fighting on there.
Like on some real shit. Like he can make some lists in terms of like like street level, like non Dragon Ball Z level martial artists. Like motherfucker, cold, bro. Like I mean, he really got hands for real. Like I had forgotten that his whole thing is that he's a martial artist. Like I forgot about that. I just thought like a high schooler who turns into a girl when he gets hot water dumped on him.
Right.
Like, no, that nigga's the reason why he got like that is because he went to China training in the martial arts and fell into a cursed lake with his dad. But like he was doing like some Tenkaichi training where he was like jumping from these like tiny like bamboo poles one to another, like some great like, and him and his dad were like meeting in the air on some Dragon Ball Z shit. I'm like, bro, wait a minute, I didn't know they had hands like this. So yeah, Rama he's really really good.
Yeah, I've been wanting to watch that the old one, and then I was gonna watch the new one after I watched the old.
And it's just funny. It's just funny, and it's still like a nice. It gives you that same kind of vibe that like Dragon Ball, original Dragon Ball gave you. Very. I would say that Rama is like on like Dragon Ball like
human.
Yeah, like Yamcha. Yamcha, that nigga was blowing up.
Man, Yamcha was
cities.
a dog. That's my guy.
Yeah. So like,
well, fake fist.
Early like season 1 Dragon Ball, like the first 13 episodes when they were only like
Bandit Yamcha.
I would say Rama is on that level before he started shooting Kai Blast and blowing up cities.
Training with Master Roshi. Yeah.
Once they introduced the Kamehameha.
Bro, Dragon Ball is one of those things where if I talk about it, I have to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just watched it this year, like not too long ago, a few months ago. I watched all of it. Yeah. So, yeah, that's my. But, for me, I think the number one thing that I really got into in 2024 was Dune, man. I had already loved the first movie when it came out. When did it come out? 2021.
21, yeah.
Loved the first Dune when it came out, but this past 2024 is when I decided to prepare for the second film by reading the books, and this is the year where you know, I got into the Dune novels, and they are sweaty and crazy, but this is you know, the year where I read all the Dune books, man. Dune, which was fire, my favorite. Dune Messiah, which I like a lot. Children of Dune, still really good, really enjoyed it. God Emperor Dune is where it starts getting weird. Like, weird, really weird, probably too weird for most people. That's not my favorite. It is some people's favorite book, but it's my least favorite out of all of them. And then Heretics of Dune and Chapter House Dune. So me getting into the Dune books for sure. Ultimate Spider-Man, the comic, man, the new Ultimate Spider-Man comic, fire.
Do you have any interest in this Marvel Rivals game?
So I have not played it. I actually don't even know what it looks like, but I just see a lot of people.
Apparently, it's fire.
I've been the last like 2 months for me have been pretty crazy.
I'm sure your son plays it.
He does. He's mentioned it to me before.
It's not. I don't like that type of game, but apparently it's great. Like people are having a lot of.
So
fun.
what is it?
It's basically like Overwatch, except it's X-Men and Marvel characters.
Is it first person?
Third person.
I might have to check it out.
But it functions like a shooter. Like
a shooter game.
It's not like a fighting game. It's like a run and like there was a clip that I saw that kind of turned me off where it's like
Fortnite type.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, exactly. Because Fortnite is third person, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Kids love Fortnite.
I can't get into it, bro. Like they had so imagine like Spider-Man, but he's like strafing sideways. And like, I was like, bro, he don't move like that, man. I don't know. It's just not for me, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm probably gonna be in the same boat you're in.
I can't see my guy moving that way, bro.
But the Ultimate Spider-Man comic so good this year. We always talk about, man, the adult Peter Parker, man, grown, got a beard, got some kids, married to Mary Jane. It's so good. It's still going on. I think it's 12 issues in now. It's one of my favorite Spider-Man comics. Slam Dunk, man. I finally sat down and watched all of Slam Dunk. And one of my favorite, and the movie that you put you telling me about the movie is what made me go back and watch the show and just
the animation ended up working for that.
It did, yeah. The animation worked for the movie to me. The some of the basketball stuff was crazy. But
that game winner that Sawakita or would be game winner. And he looked like Kobe, straight up. It looked like Kobe Bryant.
Crazy. They had some mocap, definitely.
No, they went and got like the ghost of Kobe Bryant to do the mocap.
Yeah, some of this stuff in the basketball movements in that movie are crazy. But Slam Dunk, man, classic manga, classic anime. I read the manga a lot when I was, a kid and a teenager, but watching the whole anime is fire. Still holds up. One of my favorite anime of all time.
First manga I ever read, start to finish.
Yeah, it's classic, man. So good. And then I finally I love Ghost in the Shell, the movie, the 1995 movie. But really just with it, being such a big inspiration for Cyberpunk Rhapsody and everything. Really just got obsessed with Ghost in the Shell this year. The movie, finally read the manga. I had never read the manga before.
I haven't either.
I actually got it for my birthday.
Oh, nice.
And I have the big one that's got all of them in it. Yeah. And it's good, man. It's really good. It kind of similar to Akira. The way the movie is just a small portion of the manga. Ghost in the Shell movie is like that too. And if you read the manga, you just understand that world a lot better, and there's a lot of stuff that goes on. It's a little, the art style in the manga is not. I actually like the anime art style better, but the manga is still good, and it's dope to read and understand. So those are some things I got into and. This year that I think will stick with me for a while. What's the newest Christmas movie that made your rotation this year?
There was one. Trying to think about what it was. This is gonna disappoint you, maybe, unfortunately.
Die Hard. I have a crazy confession to make.
Okay.
I actually have never seen Die Hard, and I watched it for the first time this year.
That is surprising. That's one of Edmund's. That's one of his favorite joints.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
It seems like a movie that I would watch. I don't know why I've never seen it. Do you remember when we were kids? There was a Die Hard, the game that was in a lot of the arcades.
The arcade, yes.
And I used to play that game all the time, so I kind of knew the plot.
Mm-hmm.
And
it was one of them like on rail shooters, kind of.
Yeah, you remember that game?
I do remember.
And remember the graphics were super blocky, and there was that part where you had to jump off the roof at the end.
Bro. Yes, I definitely remember that.
So I knew the plot pretty good. So even when I watched the movie, I was like, why do I know this? Mm-hmm. I swear I've never seen this movie. And then I was like, from that game. But it's fire. I like it.
It is. I mean, it's a classic 80s, 90s.
It's a good movie.
Action joint.
Yeah, I like it.
It's never been one of my favorites. And to be honest, I don't know that I've seen each of them all the way through in one setting.
Yeah, I've definitely only seen that one, the first one.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw. There's at least
it's like
three of them.
Live free or die hard and die harder. Wait, I don't know if that's really one. But
I know the first two better than the rest.
Hard die.
But like, I don't know that I've ever sat down and watched Die Hard 1 all the way through in one sitting. But I've seen so many bits and pieces of all of them, and I can kind of put the movie together. And it was one of those movies, hanging out at Edmund's house, that I used to have every single channel, all the premium channels. So it would that's the reason why he knows so much about movies, is because he would just sit up there as like a 9-year-old kid and just be watching Showtime and HBO all day, and just accumulating a bunch of knowledge about 80s action movies, because it was just sit on the bed watching that shit. So Die Hard used to be on all the time when I was at Edmund's house.
Right.
But no, not Die Hard. If people want to call it, I'm not going to argue. If you want to call it a Christmas movie, whatever. No big deal. If that's the case, then Hook is a Christmas movie, and I forgot to watch that this year. Fuck.
Agree.
Damn.
I actually agree with that.
But the one that was not in my rotation, and I had watched it for the first time in years, and it was hilarious. The Santa Claus, bro.
Oh yeah, the first one.
The first one.
The first one's a classic. Love that movie. That's all.
It was one of my favorites when I was younger, but it never got back into my adult rotation.
Man, when he starts changing, that's so funny. That
when he was in this meeting and he couldn't stop eating donuts.
He just kept eating junk.
They were so rude to him too. They were
mean to him.
Damn, nigga, what the fuck happened to you?
He's wearing that sweatsuit.
That's how I felt in that picture when I look back. Dog, what the fuck?
Oh my goodness! Nah, the first Santa Claus movie is a classic. I love that movie. That's always been one of my favorites. For me, I talked about this movie last year, man. Klaus, the animated movie that on Netflix, the Santa origin film. Mm-hmm. It is just amazing. We watched it a lot last year. We watched it a lot this year. It's kind of the new. It's like the new Christmas banger in my house now. I still love Jingle All the Way, and that's my favorite, and I always watch it. But Klaus is kind of my kids' favorite now, so we always watch that. So yeah. Other than that, I think that would be it. I talked about 8-Bit Christmas a little bit last year too. That's another one that has kind of made our yearly holiday rotation. All right, man. Wrestling recap.
Oh, wait. Before we move forward, you asked me to do this.
Uh-oh.
When I posted this in the Discord, let's see, for Home Alone.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So for Home Alone, yeah, go ahead.
For Home Alone, I'm sorry, what? First look at Ghost of Tsushima anime series releasing in 2027.
Is the first look out?
I don't know if it's. I think it's just a picture, but if that's a thing,
Nah, we going.
that is. I'm very happy about
Yes.
that. If that's a real thing that's happening.
All right, bro. So before we move off of movies, Christmas movies, I've prepared a death counter for
Bruh.
Home Alone 2.
Oh my god! Do we have a sound effect or something that we can do for each one? Street Fighter will do.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
is this Home Alone 2 or
This is Home Alone. Home Alone 2 is so much worse than number 1.
So I love both Home Alones, both mainstay Christmas films for me. But I have always, so remember like 2 years ago was when I was like, you know what, Home Alone 2 is the one for me. I love both of them.
Oh, for sure.
But the second one, Kevin tries to kill these dudes, and it is hilarious.
Here's the proof. All right, bro.
So we got the Home Alone death count. Home Alone 2 death counter.
Yes. All right. Number 1. I'm gonna give you the total at the end. So Harry vaulted 20 feet in the air and lands on a car. So you remember when they get out of the candy store?
Yes.
And there's that like
The
seesaw. Mind you, Harry's like 50 at least. And he lands on a car. He's dead. It's a wrap. Here's a great sequence. Marv hitting the head with a brick from four stories up. Marv hitting the head with a second brick from 4 stories up.
Oh my god.
Marv hitting the head with a third brick from 4 stories up. Marv hitting the head with a 4th brick from 4 stories up. Each one of them is its own death.
Head exploding. Oh my gosh.
Harry slips off a 15-foot ladder and lands on his neck and back. It's like he got powerbombed off the fucking turnbuckle onto some concrete.
Onto some cement.
Marv falls 3 stories through the floor and lands literally right on his face. Dog. Harry, an entire 50+ pound bag of tools falling right on his head. Marv, crushed by a wall-sized shelf full of paint. Crushed.
Oh my god.
One of my favorites, bro. Marv, electrocuted by an arc welder until his skeleton shows on some Street Fighter 2 type shit.
Yeah, I'm not that. I still think that's the funniest scene in cinematic history.
That
bro.
nigga was getting.
Hey,
Oh my.
no.
That's actually. That's exactly what happened to that nigga. That.
Oh my god.
Harry. Head exploded by a toilet
Full of kerosene.
kerosene. Dog, Marv. I paused to see this next one. I paused to verify.
Goodness.
Marv crushed by a 100-pound bag of cement from 3 stories up, dog. A 100-pound bag of cement. I literally paused and you could see it said 100 lbs, nigga. Marv and Harry both hitting the head with a 5-foot industrial lead pipe. And then that kills them. Separate death. From that, they get knocked down back 3 floors and fall straight onto their back.
And then the pipe falls.
And the third death, the fucking pipe falls on them from 3 stories up. Marv and Harry. crushed by a fully loaded cabinet of tools crashing down the stairs.
That was just sounded.
Crashing down the stairs, nigga.
That was the sound of a tool chest falling down the stairs. Yo, the dude that plays Marv is low key.
One of the funniest physical comedy guys ever.
Because he's low key in Rookie of the Year too.
Yeah,
and he's funny in that movie too.
Bro, one of the funniest moments is when he gets shot in the head with that not a death, but damn near. He gets in the BB gun. The reason why that shit was so funny is because the physical acting, ass off, bro. He looked at went cross-eyed, looked at it, and got mad at it first and then screamed because it hurt.
My God,
hilarious. Bro. And then finally Marv and Harry, they both fall 4 stories off of a burning rope.
Oh my God, it's from
flat
the
on
roof,
their back
basically.
from the roof. And then they got crushed by 15 cans of kerosene. Final death count at minimum 17. Man, great fucking
Kevin
movie.
McAllister.
Yeah.
Man.
Serial murderer.
Serial killer. Goodness. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. I'm glad you remembered to do that. Whew. Wrestling recap, man. You guys know Wrestle Kingdom. That is my baby. That's my Wrestle Christmas pretty much. Every year.
Literally texted me at 3 in the morning.
I've been watching Wrestle Kingdom live since my first live. So the first Wrestle Kingdom that I watched was Wrestle Kingdom 9, but I didn't watch it live. That was in 2016, 15. Okay. Wrestle Kingdom 10 was the first one I watched live. That was in 2016. That was AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, Tanahashi versus Okada, and then I've been watching live ever since then. But yeah, Wrestle Kingdom, and then this year, of course, it was 2 days. It was Wrestle Kingdom on January 4th, and then January 5th was Wrestle Dynasty, which was the joint show with AEW, which was the return of the GOAT.
Yes, sir.
Kenny Omega, man. Wrestle Kingdom was good. It wasn't as good as last year's, but it was good. Main event was Zack Sabre Jr. and Shota Umino. I felt like the main event wasn't really, I didn't like it that much. I felt like it went too long and it just it lacked. I like Zack being the champ, but it kind of lacked the star power that you usually see.
Yeah, I can see that.
In the main event. David Finlay versus Yota Tsuji was fire. I'm starting to like David Finlay a lot. Shingo versus Takeshita was a banger. Takeshita, man, this guy is. It just sometimes when you see these guys, I'm starting to get a little annoyed at what AEW is doing because these guys, Takeshita is one of the best wrestlers in the world, top 4 wrestlers on the planet. So I kind of wonder, what are we doing with this guy? This guy is he's a monster, man. So he's got 2 titles now. He's got the AEW. He's the international AEW champion now. He's the never openweight champion, New Japan. That match was fire. They had the girls. They had Mayu Iwatani versus Azumi. That match was fire too. And then the TV championship match was good as well with ELP winning that. So that was. Oh man, Doki broke his arm. It was gross. In the junior heavyweight title match. And then Wrestle Dynasty was the next day, man. Wrestle Dynasty was fire. I actually thought it was better than Wrestle Kingdom itself was. Mercedes Moné and Mina Shirakawa, that match was fire. Why do old white dudes hate Mercedes Moné so much? It's so weird. She's good. She is a good wrestler, man. That match is good. Takeshita versus Ishii was a banger. I love Ishii. That match was good. David Finlay versus Brody King was good. Zack Sabre Jr. Ricochet was the main event. Ricochet delivered. He killed it. But the reason we're really talking about this, man, Kenny Omega. This guy has not wrestled in over a year. He had the diverticulitis situation. He almost died.
Yes.
He had to get surgery. This guy has not wrestled in over a year, and wrestling has not been the same without him.
Nope.
Especially AEW has not been the same without him. This guy comes back, wrestles in a co-main event at the Tokyo Dome against Gabe Kidd. I've never liked Gabe Kidd. I don't like him. He's just not a wrestler that I really like. This dude, Kenny Omega, first of all, epic entrance, new theme song, looks incredible. Looks like he has
by the
composer for Final Fantasy.
Yeah, composers.
Looks like he hasn't missed any time. Mm-hmm. And this guy comes out and he wrestles on the same level that he was before he left, and he bleeds and he does all these crazy spots, and he's just there's no wrestler like him. He's the best big match wrestler ever. He's never not delivered in a big match situation. This match was a banger. It was every year Wrestle Kingdom always weekend puts out a match that's at the top of your list at the end of the year. This was it again. Him, Hiroshi Tanahashi's the president of New Japan. They put the camera on Tanahashi after, and he was crying.
I saw that.
And it's, some people might laugh at that, but it's this dude Kenny Omega just gets wrestling on a very artistic level that a lot of people don't get it.
Yeah.
And the reason Tanahashi's crying is because this guy just made them a star. He made Gabe Kidd into a star.
Yep.
And just like that, you know what I mean? He can go have anyone's best match. It's just crazy how good this dude is. It blows my mind how good this dude is. So Wrestle Dynasty was fire. Kenny Omega, your early match of the year with Gabe Kidd, it was fire. So go out of your way to watch Wrestle Dynasty, man. Boom.
I have a question about wrestling, but I'll wait till after this next topic because I think.
You sure?
Yes, because I think it'll set up the question better.
Bet. All right. So with that said, we got a couple top fives for this end of the year episode of 2024. I'm gonna get into my top 5 favorite matches of 2024. And again, I did this last year. I actually made a little video. I might do that if I get time. But yeah, man, my favorite matches of 2024 coming in at number 5. This guy is gonna be on this list a few times. Will Ospreay versus Pac at All Out, man. Just I love my stories in pro wrestling, but sometimes you just gotta put two sweet wrestlers in the ring,
flippy athletic guys,
and just let them go crazy.
Be athletic,
and that is exactly what this was. This match reminded me. So last year, Kenny Omega and Takeshi had their match, and I loved it. It was so good. Actually, yeah, it was in 2023. That match was really good, and this match kind of reminded me that just two really dope wrestlers just getting to go all out. And Pac is this dude. He's so good, man. I think he's really underrated. But him and Ospreay killed it, man. They tore it up at All Out. It was my favorite match from the show. It's my number 5. Coming at number 4, Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. at New Beginning, man. New Japan. So Danielson and Sabre had a really good match at Wrestle Dream back in 2003. But this match was better. They went a little longer. And just literally the two greatest technical wrestlers of all time. And they killed it, man. I think this was the match that they maybe wanted to have the first time. And they got to do it in New Japan. So This is Danielson with the eye patch on, just looking evil. The match was fire. It's my number 4. My number 3, Bryan Danielson versus Swerve, man, at All Out. First of all, shout out to Swerve. He's only got one match in my top 5, but if you look at I have a longer list. It's all my favorite match. He's on here a bunch of times. Swerve killed it in 2024. I think he was one of the best AEW champions ever.
I agree.
I think he's in the top 3 greatest AEW champions, man. I think he's great. And his match with Bryan Danielson was fire. It was an amazing match, but it was just an amazing moment of Danielson winning the title. Bro, that moment where Swerve was in him and he was just walking through his hits and yelling at his kids. Just this match was it was so good, man. Yeah. The match itself, but also just the drama and the story behind it. It was amazing. So shout out to Swerve. Shout out to Bryan Danielson. Number 2, again, like I just said, as always, a Wrestle Kingdom match that's in there. Danielson versus Okada from Wrestle Kingdom 18. That match, amazing. Again, started off the year, and it stayed at the top of my list, man, all year from January on. And again, I think this is what, when they wrestled before at Forbidden Door. I remember Danielson broke his arm, and it ended kind of weird. Yeah. I think this was the one that they wanted to have, and they killed it at Wrestle Kingdom. Danielson was so good at Wrestle Kingdom, man. So that match was fire. My number 1, I said before, this is like my second or third favorite match ever. Bryan Danielson versus Will Ospreay, man, at Wrestle Dynasty. Incredible. I still think it's the greatest match ever to happen on United States soil. Just a ridiculous.
No, I think you said. I remember when you said that.
Yeah, ridiculous. And this match is incredible. And I also think that Dynasty, AEW Dynasty, I think it's one of the best. I think it's their best pay-per-view. And I think a lot of people, that show was really good top to bottom, man. It was stacked. And then it ends with an all-time great match, too. So, Bryan Danielson versus Ospreay from AEW Dynasty, that was my number 1. So my number 5, Ospreay versus Pac, All Out. Number 4, Danielson versus Sabre Jr. in New Beginning, New Japan. Number 3, Bryan Danielson versus Swerve at All In. Number 2, Bryan Danielson versus Okada at Wrestle Kingdom 18. And number 1, Danielson's in all these matches. Number 1, Bryan Danielson versus Will Ospreay at AEW Dynasty. If Danielson wouldn't have retired, he definitely would have been my wrestler of the year. I think I would.
Wait, hold on! Don't say anything else because I was literally about to say you perfectly set up my question, and then I think you answered it before I got to ask it. Who had a better year, Bryan Danielson or
Ospreay?
Will Ospreay?
So to me, if Danielson
or Swerve,
if Danielson had my favorite year, retiring or not. He had my favorite year. I thought he was ridiculous. Even with him retiring, I thought he was the best wrestler on the planet. I think Will Ospreay has the best resume. Just a ton of ridiculous matches. You know what I mean? He is really just an incredible wrestler. And then, of course, Swerve, I think Swerve is a star. He's such a star. And I think even more importantly for him, not only the super dope winning the title first, but the really dope title run, and then just being able to still keep his, you know what I mean? He still feels really important even without being the champion. I really liked that AEW did that angle where they had him sign the contract extension. Remember they did that at the pay-per-view? I thought that was dope. They did that All In. That was cool too. So, but yeah, I think all 3 of them, like those are definitely my top 3 for the year for sure. Me personally, being biased, I'm taking Danielson, but like I said, I think Swerve had the best. Swerve had the best run of a star to me. Ospreay had the best resume. I think Danielson had the best matches.
Boom. There it is.
Boom. All right. Now, more top 5s for 2024. Hero's going to give us his top 5 favorite video games of the year. We were talking earlier about how long a year is, and it feels like it's going by fast. But then when you start looking back, you're like, man, this happened this year. That's so crazy, man.
Yes. So, for example, let's get into this list of top 5 video games. Let me see. Do I have any honorable mentions? I think you're going to be surprised at a couple of these entries, but we'll see. One honorable mention: Undisputed, the boxing game. I like me a good boxing game, bro. And Undisputed was solid. It felt good. The combat felt really good. I don't know if you ever played Fight Night back in the day.
I used to love Fight Night,
Yes,
man. I used
me
to
too.
love creating my character on there.
Yep.
I remember they used to make you do the corner.
Yeah.
You used to have to fix your face.
I kind of hated that mini game. It got annoying. It got old quick.
Fight Night was fire, man. Do you remember Ready to Rumble on Dreamcast?
Bruh, yes.
Bro.
I definitely remember. And
Afro Thunder.
That the Bruce Lee. Even the boxing game had a Bruce Lee analog.
Character.
Random ass piece of trivia from Fight Night. I think it was Fight Night, the third one, whatever that one was called, where it had Michael Jackson as a character.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And that's like one of the only times where you get to hear Michael Jackson's real voice, because like the like soft voice that he does was like fake. His real voice is like deep as hell. It's like a regular black man's voice.
I didn't know that.
Here, let me see if I can pull up.
That's crazy.
Michael Jackson real voice video game.
That's actually crazy.
There is a long-standing mystery surrounding a Michael
Move.
spotlight.
Move.
Love it. Give him some love. In the year 2000, Michael Jackson game Ready to really did motion is doesn't at all. Close friends.
They call me the king of pop.
Close friends in the years since his passing have come out saying that this was Michael's real voice. And the voice that we've all come to know as Michael Jackson was actually his pop star voice. And this game is some of the only documented evidence.
Wait, this is actually crazy.
Yeah, no, that's really what he sounded like.
They call me the king of pop.
Bro, wait, what? I remember this too.
You can't win. The title's mine.
And because it
Don't
do
you know
sound,
who you're messing with?
it sound like him, but just deep.
You know who you're messing with?
That's crazy, bro.
Anyways, so yeah, that's Michael Jackson's voice. Apparently, it was deep, and that's the reason why I remember Ready to Rumble 3. So yeah, Undisputed is good though, man. Graphics are good. The combat felt really, really. You use like the right stick to like do your different punches, and it actually works. It like feels really good. I just needed the story mode is very like, or like the creative character mode is like really, really bare bones. There's not a lot there.
Dog, that really bothers me when games give you bare minimum character customization. Like we are in, we're so far along in that process, and it's such an important element in games now.
I damn near won't play a game if I can't create my character.
Bro, it's really no excuse to not put a lot into that.
Ironically, none of the games on my list have a creative character.
I don't play no games if I can't create my own character, except my favorite games.
Except literally all of the ones on this list. All right, man. So number 5 might be surprisingly low for you, but this was a good year for games. Tekken 8.
That is low for me for Tekken 8.
I honestly haven't gotten my money's worth out of Tekken yet. I played it. I beat like the little arcade story mode thing. I beat the game, obviously. So like, there's 2 different things, right? There's like the story mode, beat that, and then there's like that like arcade mode where you like create your little man, and then you can do that your
This
own.
dude said, "Create your little man."
I mean, Avatar. That was the word I was looking for.
That sounds like an action figure. you
Cute,
create
yeah, your little man.
your little man, and just
Avatar was the word I was looking for, and then there's like another story mission, story mode there.
The little where you got to go through all the arcades and play. Yeah, I do that.
Yeah, so that was cool. And I got my character.
I had my dude carrying around a fight stick.
Right.
That's like a bag. It was cool.
I played online enough just to make sure I still had it, but I didn't go on that.
See, man, I went down the online rabbit hole and I made it to some of the higher ranks, and then I was so irritated by the imbalance of punishment for losing and not being rewarded enough for winning. And it just made me. I stopped playing it because of it. Because it was, you would win. I'd win, 2 or 3 in a row, and then I would like barely move up, and then I would lose like 2 in a row and get in a demotion match, and I was like, I'm done. I ain't played it.
Nope. Yeah, so but there's still more to play. There's some more characters that I want to try to learn to play with. But basically, I play for as long as it takes me to master this game's version of Fang Wei. Mm-hmm. And once I do that, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, no, I got it. I feel that. I definitely mastered Yoshimitsu on this game.
All right, so that's number 5. Number 4, Stellar Blade.
Bro, so I wanted the 2 games that I want to play the most that I have not got to play yet are Stellar Blade and Black Myth Wukong.
Stellar Blade, bro. Stellar Blade is good, man.
I want to play it really bad. You were telling me, remember when it was coming out, we didn't know if it was going to be Soulsy or not.
I mean, it is Soulsy, but it's not bad. Like it's reasonable. Even on like the normal. I mean, there's like an actual difficulty.
I want to play it. I'm getting it.
But even on normal, it's not like crazy. It's a good challenge, but it's not like crazy. And just the combat is fire. Like there's a nice little interesting story. It's very much like Nier Automata.
You told me about that.
The soundtrack is fire. So good.
I gotta play this game, man. Damn.
Matter of fact, I don't usually do this, but I'm gonna play y'all a little something. I can do that now.
I gotta play this game, bro.
I actually sampled something from the soundtrack.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm gonna play y'all a little something. I don't do this. This is rare. That's the song that plays when you go to like the little save camp. I was like, bro, this shit is crazy. But you know me, I have tools at my disposal as a producer, so I went and got some instruments and added my own little thing to it. But play y'all a little something right quick.
Welcome back, hero.
So
crazy.
Something may come of that at some point. We'll see. But yeah, the soundtrack was incredible. It's very fan servicey, obviously, because they're fucking hornballs.
She's hot.
Yeah. And there's no real story reason for her to be like shaped the way that she is, but but yeah, the game is fire, and I'm flat out like looking forward to the sequel because the story is like not over yet.
Like guarantee the sequel.
I would say that there was a
don't spoil. I'm actually gonna play.
Yeah, no spoilers. Okay. I don't do spoilers, but I would say that this felt like a cliffhanger to me, and like there are a lot of unanswered questions.
Interesting.
But yeah, it was fire, bro. I flat out like fuck with that shit, and am looking forward to playing more. Got a little. Hey man, you know how I feel about mini games, bro. They got a fishing mini game.
Oh yep, yeah. Woodchop simulator,
bro. Woodchop, bro. I've said it before and I'll say it again. That wood chopping simulator is better than 90% of most games y'all played.
Oh my
that shit
goodness.
was so in terms of like satisfaction level.
Jeez.
Incredible. I fucking love that shit. I damn near want to play Shenmue 3 again just to play that wood chopping simulator, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, yeah, so Stellar Blade was really, really good. I'm looking forward to the sequel. Number 3, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Hey.
Very, very good. Obviously, this is the second game in the trilogy of the remake of Final Fantasy VII. And I actually kind of forgot the plot because it was so long ago. I think it came out at the beginning of this year. And but what became clear, what we suspected in Final Fantasy Remake was that this was not a remake, that in fact it was like a sequel or like a damn near a spin-off of of the original Final Fantasy VII.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty much confirmed in the second game that it is not a just straight up remake. It is a like it's hard to explain, but like it's almost like a multiverse hard to explain. But like what happened in Final Fantasy VII is canon, and this is like something else that happened at the same time. It's so hard to explain, but you just gotta play it. But it's fire though, man. Like, you know, I love Cloud. That's one of my favorite characters. They introduced a card, like a little like board game kind of thing that I didn't love, but it represents a huge part of the story. So you have to play it. And the fucking computer be cheating on that motherfucker so bad. I could not stand that shit. But my only complaint about that game was it was so fucking long, bro. It was so damn long. But it was good. It was very, very good. And we are heading towards the end of the Final Fantasy VII story, so it'll be wrapping up with this third game. So yeah, Final Fantasy Rebirth was my third ranked game. Number 2, I actually flipped these. I had this as number 3 first, and I moved it up to number 2 because I remembered how much I loved it. Yakuza Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, bro.
Infinite Wealth. That's such a hilarious name.
Yes. So if you remember, Like a Dragon was the first game in like this new kind of continuity where Ichiban Kasuga is the new main character, the guy with the crazy hair, and it's no longer Kiryu, is no longer the main character. This game, the sequel to that one, you literally play as both Ichiban and Kiryu. He's in your party. So they changed the genre to an RPG, so it's literally like a turn-based RPG. They have a hilarious Pokemon spoof called Sujimon. So,
Sujimon?
dog, the gimmick, it's actually really clever, man. The gimmick is that the main character, Ichiban, he's got like an overactive imagination. So when he gets into fights on the street, like from his perspective, they turn into like weird weird versions of people that have like weird like gimmicks. Like, hey, this guy's like a beach ball man, and he like this guy's a surfer dude, and he hits you with his surfboard type shit. And so, and it's basically the game's way of like adding types and like advantages and disadvantages and stuff like that without it breaking the immersion of, wait, he's just fighting random thugs on the street. But in his mind, they're like monsters kind of, because he's got this hero complex. So they introduced this in the last game. Or I don't know if it was this game or last game, I can't remember, but they introduce a Sujimon where you get to literally like capture some of the people that you fought, and they like fight with you now, and you can basically use them as Pokemon. It's hilarious,
bro. What?
I'm not doing a great job of explaining it, but it's funny as hell. And then again, every Yakuza game has like a huge like mini game in the middle of like a mini game section where there's like this big like side content where you can like make money or whatever. And in the last one, it was like a cookie making like business where you like, it was basically like roller coaster tycoon, except you were making cookies and you were like expanding your cookie empire. And one of the games before, it was dog. This was the best one, bro. Here I am, grown ass man, Very, very heteronormative grown ass man. But I'm telling you, bro, I don't know, with the exception of that wood chopping simulator, the second greatest side game, mini game content ever was the Hostess Club mini game in Yakuza. I think it was Yakuza Kiwami, the origin one, Yakuza 0. There was this mini game where you were the manager of a hostess club, and you basically recruited different girls to be a part of your hostess team, and you would have to dress them, you'd have to like earn money, you buy them different shit, you put on get them a nice dress, get them some earrings, get their hair did, get their nails done, and like it would increase their stats. So when you get niggas to come into your spot, you gotta send the right girl to the right table, because like they might have a certain attribute that a particular person wants, right? So like a guy will come in and his like the thing that he's interested in is like funny. Is the girl funny? So if the girl with the highest funny stat, you send him over to his table, and the goal is to basically you gotta trick that nigga off, bro. Like you gotta get that nigga to spend bread, bro. You gotta get that nigga to buy bottles. You gotta get him to buy, you know what I'm saying, get wine coming over. And every now and then there'll be a prompt. She'll give you like a signal. She'll like do like a hand gesture. And you got to pick like what the right response is. So like say for example, somebody ordered a new glass, and she'll do like a whatever. And you gotta, if you know the right hand sign, you'll select the right solution, and it'll like boost the point. So basically, the better you do with the client, the more money you make, and you continue to increase your stats. It'll be like niggas that'll come in and they'll be like, it'll like say like rich, and he'll come in with like a big ass suit, and like or the poor niggas will come in and they just be looking like bums off the street. And so you gotta give them like your bottom girl go fuck with the poor nigga, and then you send your top, your like number one girl to go fuck with the rich niggas. It sounds crazy, but bro, that shit was so fucking fun, dog. I had my girls right, nigga. They were straight. So you, anybody who's played Yakuza, I know that sounds crazy, but you know how they can make it work in that world. I mean, this is a gritty like crime drama, but also there's a cabaret club, and that nigga's the manager of it, and it's a lot of fun. They do such a good job of like connecting fun with just ridiculous like side missions where like one of the Yakuza bosses has like a complex where he likes to dress up as like a baby in diapers, all kind of crazy shit. But also like the main story is this like crazy gripping like super serious crime drama. So this game had basically like an Animal Crossing mini game where you are building a resort island, and you gotta like put up a bunch of buildings and like clear out a bunch of trash. It's basically Animal Crossing if you played the new version of Animal Crossing. It was good. I didn't like it as much as the Cabaret Simulator, but it was good, and I spent a lot of hours on it. Very, very good game. I spent more time talking about the Cabaret mini game than I actually did this game, but still, if you know, you know. That shit was fucking fun as hell. I want them to bring it back. All right. Number 1. If you haven't guessed by now, it's the game that many people thought should have won Game of the Year, Black Myth Wukong. Hey, listen, bro, I'm going to tell you straight up, this game is a Soulsborne, flat out. But that shit was sweet, bro.
What are you going to do?
What do you want from me? It was good. It was hard as a motherfucker. It was some points where it was pretty annoying.
Where you put it down.
Bro, there was one, I literally put that bitch down. I said, man, fuck this game, dog. And then I secretly picked that bitch up and put 60 hours into that motherfucker.
Goodness.
It's good, man. Once you figure it out, once you like understand how the game wants you to play, it's always that. Like, that's the difficult part.
Oh my
I have this habit, and I know you're like me, where I want to play the game my way. And you just can't do that with some games. Like, it's like, no. It's just going to kill you until you do what it wants you to do. And it's like, all right, fine. Fine. Okay. I'll fucking do the dodging and whatever. Fine.
I want to play it on my terms.
I want to do like this is how I would do it. Like, what do you mean?
What you mean this ain't good enough?
What you mean he's just gonna roll through my attack and just kill me with one hit because I didn't fucking like whatever?
Because I'm not doing it how you said.
It's fire though. Like it's the combat is really really good. The mythology is really dope. It reminds me of
this is another game I'm definitely gonna play. So.
I will not spoil any of the story stuff, but it is very good. It's very like it reminds me of how, if you know anything about about Buddhism, how connected it is to Hinduism and how those religions are super closely related. Very good game, bro, and it doesn't fuck around with the mysticism and the mythology piece is like really really important, and they do a good job of breaking it down. Because I didn't really know that much about the Monkey King story, but it was good. And
Definitely
obviously there's some Dragon Ball in there too, where like the opening. This is not a spoiler. Literally, the opening scene is Son Goku. Right
on the Nimbus Cloud.
Like, that's like the first scene that you see. Like, holy shit,
that's fire.
That's pretty cool. So, anyways, those are my top 5 games. Tekken at number 5, Stellar Blade at number 4, Final Fantasy Rebirth at number 3, Infinite Wealth at number 2, and Black Myth Wukong number 1.
Boom. What's the last movie that you watched that you felt strongly about? You could hate it. You could have loved it.
I think you asked me this question right after I saw it. I don't know if it was this year or last year, but fucking Civil War, bro. Did we talk about this already?
We did about that movie.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
You had some thoughts about it.
It was a well-made movie, but y'all niggas, y'all didn't do it. Y'all know what y'all was supposed to have done, and you didn't do it. And so now I feel some type of way.
Yeah, I feel that. Last movie I watched that I felt strongly about, Monkey Man. I was late on Monkey Man. Dev Patel, man. My goodness.
Yes, he's great.
I was late on Monkey Man. Finally watched it. Immediately was one of my favorite movies of the year. Dev Patel, man, was blown away by this movie and his performance in this movie. He's a black belt in Taekwondo in real life.
I could tell.
And these fight scenes and this camera work in this movie was hard. Really good, man. It was hard. It was art.
I love a good training scene, bro.
Oh, the training bag with the drums.
Training scene.
Goodness.
What's one of the best training scenes ever, bro?
Yeah, so good. Did you? I've watched it like 4 times already. And I love that. I can't remember his name. The guy with the limp. That was his. Kind of became his friend. Yeah. And he first meets him and he goes, "Be cool, Bobby. Be cool." when he was trying to join him. Oh my goodness, so funny. Good movie, man. The Monkey Man. Have you seen Green Knight? I have not seen that. Is it good?
Okay, so you have grown as a movie enjoyer.
Yeah, I'm straight up a film sweaty now. I'm a legit. Letterboxd has turned me into
good.
I
got a whole new world of movies that I've been dying to get you to watch. That now I think you'd appreciate.
There was a time where I couldn't watch a movie if it didn't have action in it, and now I'm like a full film snob now.
So I would say that if this was you 3 years ago, there's no chance you would like it. Zero shot. But now, with your newfound appreciation of like filmmaking, yes, it is good, and I think you would like it.
I'm gonna check it out.
And Dev Patel acts his fucking ass off.
I like Dev Patel, man. I'm a fan. Yes. I am a fan of his. With that said, let's go, man. Let's get into our top 5 favorite films of 2024, and then we'll get out of here. There was a lot of good movies that came out this year, man, from a lot of different areas, but definitely a lot of really good movies that came out in 2024. What do you got, sir?
All right, I'll make this quick, man. Speaking, no honorable mentions. But we were just talking about it. Number 5, man, Monkey Man.
Hey,
excellent film.
Be cool, Bobby. Be cool.
It was had the right amount of action, had the right amount of artsy fartsy,
the right amount of mysticism, and
you know I'm here for a good like
I text
ritual.
You, I told you I was the blend of the Hindu mythology and the martial arts was definitely did it for me.
Yeah, bro.
I loved it.
Glory to Hanuman, god damn it.
And then the way that the fighting changed throughout the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When he in the beginning, before he kind of had this awakening, he was a good fighter, but it was not.
He was just a brawler.
Yeah, it was not what it was at the end. My goodness, the end, the final act of that movie is
super
that
good.
Shot where he comes off that elevator.
Oh
my god,
that shit was cool. I love that. Cinematography was on 1,000 there.
My goodness, man, so good.
Number 4.
Be cool, Bobby. I can't stop saying.
Number 4, bro. Sonic 3.
Hey,
it's possible that we might have
Jim Carrey the best actor of all time.
He is my favorite actor from the 90s, I think.
Oh my gosh, this Sonic 3 is just a Jim Carrey showcase of how amazing of an actor this dude is.
Yeah, no, he's definitely one of my goats for sure. And to be perfectly honest, I didn't really know a ton. I don't know a ton about Sonic lore,
bro. So you know what one of my favorite things is Jayless is a Sonic fanatic. This kid knows Sonic lore like how we know the stuff that we like, and he is just always just breaking down everything.
So I went back and
I love watching those movies with him.
I learned about. So I went back and like looked up the lore, and apparently the movie was like perfectly lore accurate. Like all of that shit. I didn't know that about Sonic or about Shadow.
I remember playing the Shadow game on Dreamcast. That game was dope. The one where we had a gun.
The one thing though that they have there, I don't think there's a canon answer for this. Not in the movie and not in the comic books or the game. Well, all we know about Shadow is that he's supposed to be the perfect or the like ultimate life form, right? Created by Gerald Eggman or Gerald Robotnik, who is
Dr.
Robotnik's father. Why does he look like Sonic? I know that sounds crazy, but they never ever explain that shit.
I think what happens is they're always trying to duplicate this species.
Yeah, but he's older than Sonic though. He was created before Sonic, as the main character Sonic as we know him, came around. So like I never understood. So like, okay, if we want to be assholes about it, like I think what happened is that they just made a dark Sonic. They just created the character first. Let's just make let's make an evil Sonic, bro. Like that'll be cool. And then we'll figure out the backstory later. And I don't think they've quite figured out the backstory.
That's what they're doing right now.
And they just haven't figured that out yet. Like,
that's you make a good point.
It's not like it doesn't kill. It's this is not a. I don't need this particular lore to be like airtight because it's fucking Sonic. Bro. Like, it's a kid's video game, bro. Like I'm not tripping about it, so it doesn't ruin anything for me. But it is, as a lore whore, as we all know, it is. I am curious about it. I just would like them to once they get around to it. Hey, just let's figure that out. Like, what's the reason for this?
I feel you.
Anyways, Sonic 3. This movie
Sonic
could be
3 was hard.
This movie could be higher on my list. I just have seen the other two movies more recently, so they have a little bit of recency bias. But man, number 3, dog, Transformers 1, bro.
Bro, that movie is fire.
So good, bro. That movie is so much better than I expected it to be.
I think, that was definitely I'll say that's the biggest surprise of the year for me, for sure. I didn't know what to expect. I think I hate to say it, man, but it just kind of, I just think Into the Spider-Verse has a bunch of babies out in the universe, man. Like
Turtles movie,
Mayhem.
this one,
it's just really changed the way that some of these people are doing animated stuff now.
Agreed, 100%. I really liked Transformers.
Brother, the Megatron like heel turn build up was so good.
They were a little bit horny for it.
Yeah, they were. They rusted a little bit at the end,
but it was the payoff was fire.
The payoff was good.
And then, bro, the Prime,
the eyes like slowly
when they
red
turned
throughout the movie.
That was hard. But to me, the best went like the birth of like Optimus Prime.
With the Matrix.
That was some of the most heroic shit I've ever seen. I was ready to run through a wall for that nigga, bro. Like, let's go, dog.
What do you need me to do?
What do you need me to do, bro? Let's get it popping, man.
Nah, Optimus one of the GOAT leaders ever.
Yes, 100%, bro. And I wasn't really too convinced that Chris Hemsworth could play that character, but he did a pretty good job.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Yeah, good movie, bro. I really enjoyed it. Probably
Transformers is so cool, bro.
Yeah,
it's just one of the coolest. It's just cool,
super cool, man. And it's maybe the best Transformer movie since the first one.
Oh no, for sure. I actually have a guilty. I loved Dark of the Moon.
That was the third. Yeah, that one was good. That one was. Really good.
The only thing with those movies, man, is it was too much human involvement in those.
Move
movies.
out of the way.
Get out the way,
Tyrese. Move.
They literally could have just did.
Mark Wahlberg, get out of the way.
What? Huh? I think I can't stay Mark Wahlberg. They could have just did. I feel like they really could have just did a full CGI Transformers movies. Man,
they ain't had a budget. You got to remember, this is 2007. They ain't had a budget for it.
Like, goodness gracious.
But
man.
I mean, proof of it though was, and this is probably my second favorite Transformers movie since the first one. Bumblebee, the opening scene of Bumblebee.
Oh, the opening scene of Bumblebee is crazy. When they're on Cybertron.
Oh my god, that shit was so fucking hard. Yes,
bro. When I first saw Bumblebee, I went straight to YouTube and just watched that first scene like
that shit
20
was so
times.
fucking dope.
Oh man.
Bro, only thing that and this is just me being an old school Transformers nerd, I don't like that they used the new version of Soundwave's voice in the Transformers 1.
Yeah.
They didn't use. I need the full vocoder joint. Oh, that shit is so fucking dope, bro. That shit is so hard, bro. Hey, my favorite Decepticon by far, Soundwave, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, man, the movie was hard.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna watch that when I get home.
Yeah, I think it's
on Prime. It's on Prime.
Okay, done.
It's on Prime. I get it. Optimus Prime, Amazon Prime.
Numbers damn near 1A, 1B, but I'll for the purposes of order, I will go number 2, Dune Part 2.
Hey, Lisa Gaib.
That scene at the end where Paul Atreides,
the heel
turns heel in front of Madison Square Garden, walks into the ring and said, "Can't none of you niggas fucking guard me, bro."
Literally,
he literally said, "There's not a person in this room that can stand against me, dog."
Crazy,
not one.
So good, man.
Ass off, Timothy Chalamet.
Dune Part 2, man. Goodness,
that was definitely an amazing scene. And then the fight between him and
Fade
Ralpha.
Oh, that fight was crazy.
It was really good,
bro. Like, I read the book and I knew everything was gonna happen in this movie, and even they got me. I was like, are they gonna change? Is he gonna die? I was like, are they changing it? I was like, no. It was. Oh man. That movie is something else.
Yeah, it's
man.
good. It was really, really good, man. And then just for the sake of, just because my connection to the X-Men, I gotta go number 1, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yes, sir. Oh my goodness, that movie
was great.
It's so good, man.
It was great, man. It was great. It was the beginning. It's the beginning of the stuff, man.
Beginning of the stuff.
The stuff I've been waiting for. Come on now. Let's go ahead and be careful with it. Let's be careful.
Let's just be careful with it, man.
I'm glad that we are here. Just Hugh Jackman, bro. Like, people can say what they want about him, but what they can't say is that he didn't play the shit out of Wolverine.
Let's go.
I know we love the short, stubby Cal Dodd Wolverine, who still is probably my favorite version of Wolverine, but I mean, Hugh Jackman. I know he's 6'4". I get it. But y'all saw what 5'3" Wolverine. They showed y'all what 5'3" Wolverine looked like.
Facts.
And it wasn't. That's not what you.
He was like comic accurate short king. Hilarious.
Yeah. So Deadpool versus Wolverine was great. I loved the way that they're tying in the TVA with the multiverse, kinda.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly. You know, like we called on this very podcast 1,000 years ago, Secret Wars would be where they go from here. And that will be the way that they bring all the X-Men and all the Fantastic Four and all of the Spider-Man. Hopefully, I actually don't know if they can get Spider-Man. If they play their cards right, they can pull Spider-Man as well into one universe. It's through Secret Wars. And if you know your comic book stuff, you knew that this was the only option. So,
Facts.
Surprised that many people were surprised that this is the direction that they're going. So yeah, man, I'm excited, and I think that it's good that like superhero movies are getting good again, because I would have been really disappointed if the superhero fatigue hit right in the middle of like the beginning of the X-Men shit.
That would be whack.
Nah, I would say if that's the case, don't just give me more
Facts.
of the animated shit.
Nah, I agree, man. That would,
because I'm not here for them to be disrespected. So
agreed.
Boom. Monkey Man, Sonic, Transformers 1, Dune 2, Deadpool 3.
Love it. Let's
That
go.
was fire.
Yeah, it was.
And not on purpose, but that's how it worked out.
That was fire. All right, man, let's go. My top 5. I do have a couple honorable mentions. Alien Romulus, Sonic 3, Rebel Ridge. I loved Rebel Ridge. Honorable mention. I watched this movie called Walled In, Twilight of the Warriors. Cold blood. It's on Amazon. It's a martial arts movie. It's really good. Check it out. All right, let's go. My top 5 favorite films of 2024. Number 5, The Shadow Strays.
Interesting.
This is a Indonesian action movie. It's on Netflix. If you like ninjas, you should watch it. If you love The Raid, you should watch it. I want you to think of The Raid, but with female characters.
Sold.
Unbelievable fight scenes. Unbelievable, just gritty, violent fight scenes. Some of the most brutal killings and fight scenes that you will ever see in your life. The women that are in this movie, bro, are unbelievable. It's a movie about like a secret ninja organization, and the one girl, she ends up, when they go home from doing a mission, it's supposed to kind of lay low until they're needed again, and she ends up, there's this boy that lives across from her, and his mom is a prostitute, and she's on drugs, and these people end up, she ends up dying, and this girl ends up getting involved in that situation and saving that kid. And it's crazy. You gotta watch it. The fight scenes are ridiculous. They're so good. So Shadow Strays, number 5. Number 4. Oh man, there were some good movies that came out this year. Number 4 for me, I'm going Transformers 1.
Let's go.
Transformers 1, man, so good. Like I said earlier, definitely the biggest surprise of the year for me. I was kind of blown away by this movie, actually. I loved it a lot. So Transformers 1. The ending, man, like you said, Optimus Prime, becoming Optimus Prime, the whole Matrix leadership thing. There was some great lore in there. Some of the characters they had in that movie, Alpha Trion, and they had some old school characters in that movie.
All of the original Primes.
Yeah, it was dope. So I really liked that movie, man. It was good. And the fight at the end with Optimus and Megatron was crazy. So that movie, very good. Number 3 for me. Oh man, number 3. I just watched it, but man, this movie really blew me away, man. Monkey Man, number 3. I love Dev Patel. I love Dev Patel. And this movie is fire, man. It really is. The fight scenes are incredible. The story is dope. As I said earlier, the blending of the Hindu mythology and martial arts was so good. The train, it's literally one of the greatest training scenes of all time. On the bag, and just a really great. Man, am I gonna move this to number 2? I think I might move Monkey Man to number 2. Bro.
Wow,
I liked it that much. But just the a real underdog story, man. Like for real, with some of the lowest of scumbag villains in this movie. Monkey Man was hard. Loved it. And number 2. Deadpool and Wolverine, man.
Gotta be.
Deadpool and Wolverine, so good. Everything we ever wanted, man, from a Deadpool Wolverine movie. The fight scenes, the violence, it was hilarious.
Yes.
Hugh Jackman really just showing that he's the one, man. He is the best Wolverine. It doesn't matter how big he is. None of that stuff matters. He just does this character right.
Yep.
And you're going to do this till you're 90. But my number 1, you guys already know. I think this might have been my most anticipated movie since, I don't know, man. Dune Part 2, it's my number 1, and you guys all know that. But I think Dune Part 2 might be the most. I don't know if I've ever anticipated a movie the way I was anticipating that movie.
The first Deadpool movie, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we always talk about how my anticipation level for that first Deadpool movie was crazy. I think Dune Part 2 is definitely up there. I mean, I literally read. I started reading the Dune books to get ready for this movie. After I loved the first one, but that's my number 1, man. Dune Part 2. So that's my top 5. Just man, that movie. It's art, man.
Yeah.
My favorite. I love Denis Villeneuve, and I really love the Hollywood blockbuster, but it's really like a artsy art house film. That's like one of my favorite things.
He's
Dune.
perfect.
He's really good at that. Dune. Christopher Nolan's good at that too, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I think of that, I think of like Dune and Blade Runner 2049 and Tenet and like Interstellar. Right? You know what I mean? Like movies that are supposed to be this big. The Creator too. Like movies that are supposed to be this big giant like movie summer blockbuster type of film, and then you go see it and it's just like. It's like great filmmaking, and you know what I mean. And like all the little things are good. It's just that's what I think of when I think of movies
Creator
like
was
that.
fucking great. Did that movie come out this year?
It came out in 2023. I actually just watched it. I watched it like 2 weeks ago.
I'm gonna have to see that shit again. I remember.
Good movie, man. But yeah, I absolutely really enjoyed The Creator too. That movie was good. But yeah, man, that's my top 5 favorite movies. 2024, number 5, The Shadow Strays. I'm telling you, man, if you like The Raid, watch The Shadow Strays. That movie's crazy. Number 4, Transformers 1. Number 3 and 2, I'm kind of on the fence. Deadpool and Wolverine or Monkey Man in those spots. And then number 1, Dune. Let's go. Did I say 4? 4 was Transformers 1. Let's go. 2024, great year for films. We're back. SwordCast is back. We're going to try to stay consistent for y'all, man. Thank y'all for listening. I have no idea what episode. I think it's 184, maybe.
I have no idea, bro.
Something like that. We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll
out.
just start it over. Episode 1.
I mean, that actually might not be such a bad idea.
Hey, man. You know what? What if we did it in like seasons?
I kind of have been doing that.
Oh, okay. Good.
But all right, officially, season 4
season
starts
4,
now.
Episode 1 of the SwordCast. Thank you all for listening. Peace. Jason.